Hey everybody! Happy Food Prep Sunday! This is like my episode 3. So I'm super excited. I'm going to let some people get on here. And how has everybody's Sunday been? I'm having my superfoods now. So good. It's my tropical strawberry blended with some blueberries and strawberries and spinach and wheatgrass. It's really good. And I actually should have today. I just did like a huge food haul a couple days ago. So I was like, oh, I don't need to do that because I have so much organized stuff for my food prep today. And then I was like, oh my God. I were at like staple for, you should know, my house staple foods are like almond milk, are superfoods. I love chocolate vegan and tropical strawberry, and Paul loves the regular chocolate one. And we blend with that all the time, like our strawberries and blueberries, spinach, yeah, and our almond milk. Like that's like every day, and that's like my breakfast. Like that is what I like to have in the morning. Sometimes I'll blend it with a banana, but probably more often than not. So when you guys jump on, you can say, hey, give a little thumbs up, see what's going on, how's your Sunday? Awesome. So I was going to start off and showing you guys some of my apple chips that I made in my dehydrator that I was showing you guys the other day. And they were really good. They turned out really good. You can see on here, I like even have a little seed on here, which is awesome. You can see on here, oops, there goes some. But you can see like there's like this cinnamon on there. They turned out really good. So some of them just have like light cinnamon on them. They're really good. They're sort of addicting. I haven't decided yet whether I think my dehydrator is dangerous because of like, now it's like finger food, like grab food. And for me, that's probably like more dangerous to just like keep lingering around the house. I just have to fix my other screen up here. Okay. Just because my head keeps getting chopped off on my other camera. Okay, so for Food Prep Sunday for today, I've got a couple cool things going on actually. So these were a good score find, and my friend Jen showed me about these. And these are like a little Rubbermaid Tupperware you actually can get at Dollarama. And they're kind of cool. Like they're great not only for like transporting if you go to work and everything like that, but also great for kids, sending them to school with, if your kids like yogurt or applesauce or any of that kind of stuff. You can put it in here, and then you can put like this little handy tray, slides on top, and then in the top part there, you can put, nuts or granola or whatever you want, and then it's got this lid, because you know how if you try and make that, like try and be all clever and make your yogurt and granola, how by the time you go to eat it, your granola is like all smushy, and nobody likes that. So anyway, these are really great. If you haven't come across them, if you're Canadian, Dollarama has them for probably way cheaper than like Walmart or something, or a Superstore. The other thing I'm so excited about, my girlfriend Haley showed me a while ago in Food Prep Sunday that I have, and it's a jar stuffer. Maybe that's only super exciting to me. I am really freaking excited about my jar stuffer. So let me show you how that works. Is you have this bad boy in here, and so we use quinoa a lot. So we use it for dinner. When you have leftovers or you make enough, you can have it for breakfast, and you can mix it up. Or the other thing you can have is like we have like steel cut oats, and so it's like we kind of like alternate. I feel like through, probably not intentionally, but we like alternate as we go through the weeks, kind of thing. So sometimes I'll make a big batch of like steel cut oats, and then I like to use these little containers. So just like the smaller ones there, I like to use those just for like breakfast type things. For those of you who follow me with like all my portion control containers and everything like that, we've got the yellow ones here, right? So that's for quinoa. So when you're building, I'm building salads here, basically like quinoa salads and quinoa breakfast stuff. So one of the things I do, and that's happening actually for if you don't know, my clean eating crock-pot challenge is coming up. So if you're not signed up for that, you might want to get signed up for that. one of the things I do is I don't eat a lot of dairy. So then, hi Sean! Thanks for jumping on. So one of the things, and Sean knows I do this, is that instead of using dairy, because dairy actually really isn't very good for your body. That's a whole nother discussion. But anyway, so I don't really use dairy. So things that call for dairy, I often substitute with like an applesauce, or I just happen to have applesauce. But what I usually do is I make my own like apple or peach or sort of like banana or like combination puree. Again, I talked yesterday about how I use my food processor all the time. And so I just like blend away and, you know, make this nice puree, which also, side note, I'm going to use for making fruit leathers. This is like the little tray that goes in the dehydrator. Clearly, I'm going to need more than one, as we've come to realize with the dehydrator. Fruit leathers. Seems like a great idea, so I'm going to give it a try. So it's like fruit puree, and then you just apparently pour it on the tray. We'll see how that pans out. Different time, and so we'll see how that goes. So for now, when you build like your salad jars, like note with these, put your dressing in the bottom. So whatever your dressing's going to be liquid wise, put that in the bottom if you're somebody who's like totally on the go. I like to make my dressing, my own dressings. So I'll make like an avocado dressing, or I make, I have another one that I still don't really know what the name is, but I call it the Erin Baker salad dressing still, because she's the one who showed me the recipe and it's my favorite. I'll try and find it. I'll tag her in this and post it. She's got an awesome salad dressing recipe that I have. I just don't know what it's really called. So that's what I've called it for like the last 3 years. And so that's a really good one, but I actually like to like pre-make them. And I also put them, I don't know where it is, but I also put them in a different type of a jar. And that way I can just shake it up and put it on. So sometimes I'll put that in, like I have little mini travel jars that I can just put them in where I know they're not going to leak everywhere, and then I just put that on as I go. So if you don't have that, put your dressing in the bottom first, and then as you build your way up with your jars, so start with things like if you're going to use peppers and tomatoes and that kind of thing. I've got some olives here. You know, I like the Kalamata olives, whereas Paul likes the green olives, of course. And then I've got some dates here. I'm actually not 100% that dates are a purple. I don't know if you know, Sean. If dates are a purple category, but anyways, I'm pretty sure they are. But those also purple for like all your berries and strawberries and stuff like that. And I just get these organic ones. Again, Costco, like things like this I love to get from Costco. And then you can combine things in, like if you like nuts, or these are really nice. It's like a kind of like a combination nut mix that, again, you can get at Costco. You know, also I've got some almonds here. I've got some hemp seeds. They're an orange, right? Or the chia seeds in here. I've got like the black chia seeds. They're seeds. I'm going to call them an orange just because they're a seed, even though they might be in a different category. You know, and then just, I like pecans. So when I make my breakfast ones, I really like the pecan one. I like pecans in with that. And when I put in salads and stuff, I like a little bit more with the seeds and like staring at them. Almonds. What are you called? Okay, so with these, when you go with your veggies, you can kind of combine. Green container. Oh, and of course my like big leafy greens. I like these, and I have another one that's spinach, just because we go through so much of it. Greens are really good and important for your body. Side note. So, you know, I'll just like stuff some of these in here. Some tomatoes. Paul doesn't like tomatoes that much, but he likes peppers, so I'll double up for him on peppers. And then just like some olives. I like to put like olives work really well, putting those in the bottom. And olives are like in an orange container, but you like city out about 10 or so like that. I get carried away on the olives, like big time. I don't like the green ones. So just the Kalamata olives for me. I like my nuts to stay crunchy, so so I usually put those on top. So if you're going in with quinoa, for me, I'll just usually do like one scoop. Bam, like right in that jar of stuff. That's my favorite thing. So that one will be for me because Paul doesn't really like tomatoes, and I put tomatoes in that one. And then I'm going to put a few like pecans. And of course, you've got like your healthy fats, avocado. So because I'm okay with transporting stuff like this and cutting it wherever I am and just dishing it out, I don't put my avocado in. I don't like brown or mushy avocado. That's just me being fussy probably. So I'll just like usually take my whole avocado with me. It's probably the best food that you can have and just sort of like carry with you or transport with you. So that is what I do. And then some seeds in here. We love these like hemp heart seeds, and I keep them in little containers, but I'm sure I have more in a bag if you don't know the ones. Best deal right now that I've seen is obviously Costco. It's the best deal that I've seen. I bet you can get them in bulk at like the Bulk Barn probably for cheaper. That's what I think. But I have no Bulk Barn really very close to me. If you want a red container, if you have leftover chicken or beef, or I like tempeh, and here I have tofu, so that's a red container. So I'm going to cook this up in a bit. I'm not going to do it right this second. I'm going to do this a bit. Another thing that goes really nice in salads is if you do sweet potatoes. So that's another thing that I do, and they're so easy. You just like peel them, chop them up, throw them in the oven. You can put seasoning on them, you know, if you want salt, a little bit of coconut oil around them, makes them really flavorful. That makes them, you know, really tasty. Yeah, and then so if you want, I've got some corn here as well. Sometimes I'll do like a corn and black bean mix and kind of make like a Tex-Mex salad. That's really good. So put a little bit of that one in there. That corn can go on the bottom too. I just kind of forgot about it. And then at the very top here, we've got our greens. And so I just like shove this container like full of greens, right? And then bam, into my little like jar stuffer thing here, right? And booyah. So mission complete on jar number 1, right? Voila. Voila. So it looks kind of nice, I think. I like to think so. And then if you're in a situation, like in a place where you can just dump that out into a bowl, you'll see it's like, that's a ton of food. That is a ton of food, you guys. And so that fits sort of like my category for like the exercise I do, and the fact that I'm like, you know, it's been kind of like winter, and usually I'm super outdoorsy, but I've turned a little bit fair weather this year for some reason. Not quite as outdoors as often in the winter. So going on to the breakfast one. So you can just use, again, if you want to do a scoop of quinoa, that's awesome in there, right? And then you've got some applesauce here. So go ahead with your applesauce, and you can move that. I just use these as sort of like very generic, like a measuring tool, I would say, more than anything. My containers. Okay, applesauce, and in. And then these are the ones that I actually like. I've got a little bit of cinnamon, so you can do cinnamon. And then as well, you can throw some pecans on top, or you could throw some dates. I'm going to throw some pecans and a couple dates. And then you can kind of mix it in. If you're somebody who does like dairy, then go for it. You can use a little bit of yogurt instead. This is just what I like. So that's basically, and then if you want some chia seeds or some other seeds, you can throw those on there too. Hemp seeds would be good. And a few little chia seeds here. I put those sometimes in my smoothie in the morning too, so that's what's up. So there we go. There's this jar. I've got like my both recordings going right now, so I'm holding it up in the air. But anyway, so that is what's going on in the kitchen today. And so there's kind of like a breakfast sampler, and then there's like a salad sampler. And again, you can make these and you can use them for, you know, either your dinner or your lunch. Really easy to transport if you're going to work. And these are the actual like mason jars. I think I told you in one of the series before. Seriously, they got them at the dollar store. 4 of them, or 6 of them for $4, so cheaper than Canadian Tire. I saw them the other day, and they were like $14 or something like that for the wide mouth mason ones. So do yourself a favor, save a couple bucks, go to the Dollarama. And that's, I think, all I got for you today. I don't think there was anything else here that I wanted to show you guys. So happy Sunday, and thanks for hopping on, and happy Food Prep Sunday, and post below and show me what you guys did for your Food Prep Sunday, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye!